Hey everybody, welcome back to Better Know a Highway, a series where we look at the interstates of America, one road at a time. In this video, we're staying in the South to take a closer look at one of the country's shorter highways, Interstate 22. And since this is a shorter video, we'll have a short intro, so just make sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to support the channel, you can join as a member by clicking the join button below, and I thank you for that. Now with all that out of the way, let's get started. Interstate 22 is a generally east to west oriented highway in the American South. It runs for a very modest 202 miles and passes through just 2 states. The highway essentially serves as a connector route between the cities of Birmingham and Memphis, although it never actually reaches the latter. It should also be noted that I-22 serves as an upgrade for the already existing US Route 78, which is a much longer route that runs from the East Coast to northern Arkansas, and has numerous other sections of divided highway. Both highways run concurrent for 22's entire length, with US 78 extending further from both ends. Starting at the eastern end, we begin in Alabama, where I-22 runs from the center of the state to its western edge for a total of 96 miles. The eastern terminus of I-22 is at a T-junction with the major north-south running I-65, just to the northwest of Birmingham, Alabama, on the outskirts of the city limits. 22 never enters the nearby city, however it's connected to it, as well as many other important routes in the area, via I-65, highways such as I-20 and I-59. Instead, 22 immediately heads west and out of the Birmingham area. It soon enters rural lands and stays on a generally northwest heading. After roughly 30 miles or so, I-22 enters the Jasper, Alabama area, a smaller city that the highway stays slightly south of, curving around and having numerous junctions that connect to the city, including a significant intersection with Alabama Route 118 just to the west. Heading further into rural Alabama and towards the western edge of the state, 22 continues its northwestern path through mostly forested terrain, while passing places such as Carbon Hill and Winfield. Eventually, as it nears the state line, 22 makes a slight jog north and passes nearby Hamilton, Alabama, staying on the outskirts of the area and having a junction with nearby US Route 278. Once past this area, 22 turns back to a western direction and quickly crosses the border into Mississippi. The Magnolia State is the only other state that I-22 travels within, cutting through its northwestern region for a total of 106 miles. Now on a slightly more due western direction, and still traveling through the rural southern landscape, 22 soon crosses the Tennessee-Tom Bigby Waterway, an artificial canal that connects the 2 rivers within its name. Next up, 22 soon enters the vicinity of Tupelo, Mississippi. Here the highway stays to the north of the downtown area and has a significant junction with US Route 45, which provides access to the nearby city and is an important north-south running thoroughfare itself. After passing by Tupelo, 22 turns back to its northwestern orientation and makes its way through more rural lands, passing several smaller settlements, places such as Sherman and Blue Springs. The highway also provides access to a large car manufacturing plant within this area. I-22 then reaches the city of New Albany, passing just by it to the west, while also intersecting with the local commercial shopping district. Then, it's back to the countryside for 22's final stretch. Still heading northwest, the highway weaves back and forth, while passing more smaller settlements, places such as Hickory Flat and Holly Springs. Just after passing these towns, 22 reaches the outermost parts of the greater Memphis metro area. The highway, however, never gets close to the city itself, nor the state line with Tennessee. Instead, 22 ends at a junction with the outer city beltway spur, I-269. Meanwhile, US Route 78, which as mentioned earlier has been concurrent with I-22 for most of its route, continues on its own towards the city. It first crosses the state line and then enters downtown Memphis, and eventually reaches and crosses the Mississippi River. However, I-22 itself terminates at the aforementioned junction with I-269, and thus ends its very modest 202-mile trek. And that will do it for this much shorter episode of Better Know a Highway. But hey, I still hope you enjoyed and hope you learned a little something along the way, as always. And hey, before you go, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Always appreciate that. Make sure to check out the VRT Discord. Link is down in the description below, and I hope to see you there. And lastly, if you want to help support this channel, well then you can join as a member for just $2.99 a month by clicking the join button below. And I want to send a big shout out to all my members as always. Thank you so much for your continued support and loyalty. You definitely make this channel possible, so big shout out to them. And if you want to get on that cool list, well, just click the join button below, and I definitely appreciate that. Now, with all that out of the way, make sure you enjoy the ride, and up next, it's a big one, Interstate 20, and I'll see you then.